We've been doing this for a while. Nobody's dancing. The fuck? Dance party plot off the press. Welcome to Plot Off the Press.
Hey, Carter.
I'm Carter. With me today, as always, I've got Casey motherfucking Carter.
Hello.
I didn't say hello. I just said, I pointed to you. That's it. That wasn't your cue.
All right, this is why you're not in charge.
Exactly. Because it goes off the fucking rails.
And we got Taylor.
And we got Taylor. T-Man, Tino, what up?
I don't know. I kind of like this.
Something different. We're going to spice it up. Muy caliente.
Queso dip today.
Yeah.
Yes. Hot Rotel. Yum. My mouth's on fire.
So, welcome today. We are doing Cruel Intentions. We're doing a bitchy, I don't know if it's a bitchy woman movie double feature today. I don't know if that's the right.
High school.
I do not
Maybe,
consider Cruel
but
Intentions
this is
we're going to talk about this.
No, it's not. But I mean, it's definitely they're supposed to be in high school, but they're on summer break. And this
Rich people don't have rules.
So
this is a ridiculous movie.
1999 movie,
hey.
right there on the cusp of the 2000s. 6.8 out of 10. Stars Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, and Ryan Philippe. But the plot's a little bit kind of crazy to me. Uber rich people. Where the fuck are their parents? Vacationing. Okay.
Vacationing.
No. And we're gonna get into that. Well, you know what? We'll just go ahead and start it now. There's only, aside from the psychiatrist at the beginning, there's only one parent in the whole fucking movie. Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
Bunny. No, not even the aunt. The aunt doesn't care what he fucking does. She's just there. She's just like, oh, I'll just ride some horses and I've got a charity event tonight, or no, I have tickets to the Met, and but there's only one real parent, and other than that, nobody has a curfew. Ronald calls her in the middle of the night. What's up? I'm sleeping. What? Oh, you got to come over right now. All right, like no one notices. They all live in. Okay, again, you're right. There's no fucking parents. It drives me fucking insane.
Let's start with our normal. Let's start with our rating. It was 6.8 out of 10. I'm going to give it a solid 6. I was okay watching it. It's not something I would repeat watching. I would definitely say you need to watch it. However, this is the most sexually charged, quote unquote teenager high school movie I think I've ever seen. And we can talk about American Pie and all of that, but this one.
That's what I was going to say. It's American Pie.
Yeah.
But this movie's like, it's dark and twisted. American Pie
without
like
thinking it's fake. Like, these people are for real fucking as many people as they can.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's some mind fucks, but also, if you want to say sexually charged, he fucks a pie. He's a pie fucker.
She's stroking
that's comedy,
she
that's
sits
funny.
on top of her stepbrother, by the way, entrance of a porn video, and starts stroking his dick to fuck with him, and then gets up and walks away.
Yeah, and she says down boy afterwards also.
You would never see something like that in American Pie.
Yeah.
So, Carter, what's your rating,
Correct.
sir?
You never know. So we're going to say Chalky for last on this, because I know this is her movie choice. And odd thing about the
I like a lot of different movies.
That's fine. I'm not dogging you out for it. I'm saying that I'm not talking bad about the movie itself, because you didn't make it or anything. But I actually have seen this movie several times just because of the era that it came out. There was no streaming or anything like that, and I owned it. I think on VHS. Anyway, I'd seen it, but it's a 4.1. It's just it's an absurd movie. I mean, filthy rich. Oh, I'm so bored. Sleeping with Manhattan debutantes and blah blah blah. And oh, you have killer legs, and I'd love to photograph
Talk
them.
about that.
Just yeah. Every person in the movie, aside from the two, are morons. Even Reese Witherspoon is a. She really at the end
the whole
is
fucking
fucking
life. It's
moron.
not just at the end.
She's just trying to. No, just at the end, she finally does. Was like, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put out like the burn book or the journal or whatever. But other than that, everybody's a fucking moron. And so this movie's, which we'll get into, it's a 4.1 for me. And I have seen it several times. But you think with all this sexually charged, you at least throw in a titty somewhere. All I get is Ron Felipe's ass.
I would agree with that.
Fuck that noise. I mean,
Awful lot of,
His dick.
it might be an episode of Game of Thrones. I mean, the brother and sister want to fuck.
They're not related.
Okay, easy.
Game of Thrones, they are.
Easy. I know that, but I mean,
there's
still,
an awful lot of teasing in this movie to get nothing. An awful lot of teasing.
There's a lot of what?
Cock teasing.
Oh,
Casey?
Exactly.
yeah.
All right. All right,
That's part
Chalky.
of it, like
All right,
fucking with
Chalky.
people.
Chalky, let it fly.
Well, y'all are gonna make fun of me, I don't care. So I gave it a 7. I've seen it a lot.
Oh, yes.
And what I like is it's disturbing, dark, twisted, vicious. I like all those things. Biscuit saying hello to everyone. Do something.
Quit.
Do something with your dog. And I like Ryan and Reese together because at this point they were actually dating in real life. And after this movie, they got married a couple months later. I mean, they're divorced now, but neither here nor there. I just like them as a
Because
couple.
she won an Oscar. She won that Oscar, and
And he
everyone
got
went to-
pissed.
and everyone went to shit. Well, like he's ever going. He was in that. What's the one? Crash, which won Best Picture, which was total bullshit. Why Crash won Best Picture, but regardless. But other than that, he didn't do dick. She won that Oscar, and she went, "What the fuck am I with your ass?"
I just like them as a couple. So that was, and I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. I've seen.
It's
I hate to admit it, but any movie that she's in, I've more than likely seen it.
really
I just love her.
just love her.
I do.
Just every episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah. You haven't?
No.
Yeah, I did watch that show.
I haven't seen one. I
watched all of it.
I watched the movie
The
originally.
last episode, last season, made me cry.
It made you cry.
Yes.
Why? Were you like, did you have cancer and you were like, I'm going to not live, and then you were watching it
It was
and you're
very
like,
emotional. And you go through a show all those seasons and then it ends like that? Come on.
okay, I don't even
Yeah.
want to know
Okay.
what
You guys are
that
fucking.
is all
You guys
about.
are fucking
And I think that was a teaser too.
Oh,
So let's talk about our
But
favorite.
anyway, that's where I'm coming from.
I'm curious to see if you guys pick the same person as me, but we'll start with Casey.
I picked Sebastian
ugh.
because he's such an asshole.
Oh, he's so lame.
But he's such an asshole.
All he does is he's just like, oh, mother. He
No,
doesn't-
he doesn't.
I know that, but I mean, he might as well be like, well, he's just so. He's like if a cat was the lead character of a movie. He's just like, everybody's so lame, and I'll just go over here and I'll scratch this, and then I'll rub on that, and then
I don't
I'll
feel like
lick my
that at all.
ass. Oh, he's such a fucking cat.
Okay.
Boo, boo,
I mean, he's
boo.
such a piece of shit. He's such an asshole. It was fun to watch for me.
Yeah, but it's such a fake.
It was like, I mean, I don't know if y'all, I know you
it's
did
so
it, but
fake,
just
though.
listen. So he was, I don't know if anybody listening, but watched Gossip Girl. Like, he was Chuck Bass before there was Chuck Bass, and everybody fucking hated him too. Like, it's just, it was
Carter?
entertaining for me to watch. Yeah.
The best character in the movie is their money. Their money does a lot for the movie because without their money, this you couldn't shoot this in the fucking projects. And then you would have the bet over the stupid car, which, why does she want her? They're that rich. I mean, did you see the house the fucking aunt lives on? And they live, like, right next to Central Park. Like, just buy a car or suck his dick or don't. I mean, like, I don't get the premise of the
Because it's all a game.
It's all a game. Oh.
Because they don't have anything else to do because they're fucking rich.
which makes me sick. That they have to be, just because they're rich, they have to be super evil. Just again, oh mother, what am I to do today? I know I'll ruin the maid's life. Whatever. Like, really, it
What else
just
are they supposed to be doing?
run around being happy that they're fucking rich. What are you fucking talking about? Like, oh yeah, of course I want extra cheese on that. I got the money for it.
Well, that
I
would
got the
make
ends, I got the bones, I got the ducats, I got the loot. Let's go.
That
Bang,
makes for a
bang, bang.
dumbass movie.
It's already a dumbass movie. At least they can at least have a one time going to
Okay.
and fucking playing skee ball all day.
I think I know who Taylor's favorite character is going to be.
Of course. Because
Sarah
she's
Michelle Gellar.
batshit crazy,
Wow.
and I love it.
You-
I do. But she's extra
You love
crazy, but
crazy
not,
women.
not crazy to the point where I feel like. Yeah, well, yeah,
She's not gonna cut on herself.
or try to kill anybody. She might try to ruin my life, but that's kind of part
She'll
of the game.
kill
Like,
too much.
I got to be a couple steps in front of her, so that when we're fucking, she knows I'm in charge because I'm 3 steps ahead. Hey, this is how I live. This is how I live in my head. I don't come and tell you how to live in your head.
I love it.
You said the word "cum" just after talking about sex. I mean, it's so. All right, now I feel like he's trying to do a Sarah Michelle Gellar mind fuck on me. Hey, what's up?
She's fucking crazy. You're gonna have every one of those moments where like she's sitting there in the room, smoking his fucking dick and fucking with him, and then walks away. It's all a game.
It's
a game.
Perfect.
Who's in charge? Don't know, but shit, I don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow, and that's awesome. I'll grow out of it eventually.
You can stick it. You can stick it anywhere, champ.
Yeah. See?
That's what she says.
I know.
The best portrayal of her, though, is I love how in Not Another Teen Movie, the girl plays basically Sarah Michelle Gellar, but like a little bit more on crack, which is very fun. If you haven't seen that, Not Another Teen Movie, extremely inappropriate movie that makes fun of really a lot of 80s movies, but really any kind of, I can't really call this. Dog, if you want to go the fuck outside, grow hands. If not, shut up. Other than that, is that this movie is I don't know, this is supposed to be, I guess, a rom-com?
What this?
I mean, not a comedy, but it's a romantic movie in some way, shape, or form because she makes him fucking smile fucking one time, and he's just like, oh,
I don't know if you
beating heart.
Like
It flutters. Smile.
Yeah, there we go.
I have a Grinch tattoo, and it didn't do anything for me. And she touched his hand, and she went, "I'm in devil horns," and go with a goofy face, and he went, and that was it. She melted his ice heart with a warm ocean breeze. No, wait a minute. How did it go in South Park? We cool his hot heart with an island breeze, or did we melt it with a?
It was everything leading up to that. Obviously.
I'm kidding. We weren't going to go any more than that. But no, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. I mean, there's
favorite scene.
Ugh.
I'll let
All
Carl go
right,
first.
next. Oh, him dying made me fucking laugh hysterically. Oh, God, that was the best part. First off, the lame fight, and then she runs up behind Ronald, and of course you make the black dude the kind of the criminal of the fucking movie, even though it points out that no one wants, the bunny's like, oh, because you're black, basically. And he's like, the black man's leaving. Well, then he absurdly just starts a fight on the side of the street. Like, really? And out of all the fucking characters, you couldn't make the gay dude do it or something? But then she runs up and he, like, shoulder shrugs her all the way into the street. No, they're by the
hold on.
Central Park.
I got to pause.
Guess what? The speed limit in Central Park. I'll keep talking while you're gone. Don't worry. So anyway, So anyway, the taxi cab coming through next to Central Park, the speed limit it can't be more than 35.
And he does slam on the brakes too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I do have this scene as part of my. Just stop. Let me just comment on your comment.
Oh, comment on my comment. That's not done yet.
Noted, because you keep talking. So I do have part of like plot holes comments. Like it looks like he barely got hit. How did he die? Like he barely got hit.
Well, that's
and he couldn't have been going that fast. The dude slammed on the brakes. I'm like, how'd you die from that?
Well, again, with that is that it's a little trick photography, but yeah, it's very badly done.
Yeah.
Because the way it is, okay. So again, like in my mind, like I try to fix things in movies that are stupid, or at least to me. And so you had the cab driver come around the corner, and you say you have a bitchy person arguing with him in the back, and he's turned and looking at him, and then he turns around, and that explains it more because back when this movie came out, it's not like you could be on your phone Googling something.
Yeah.
He's just basically like driving his taxi cab, like daydreaming or whatever. He's just not looking at anything. And then the premise that this busy street, which the car is moving so fast, which it wouldn't be, but it doesn't look like it. Then all of a sudden, when it hits him and the stuntman goes flipping over the car, it's like, oh, it broke every bone in his body for sure. Well, he threw her into another lane of fucking traffic. Like, why wouldn't she just be run over immediately after that? Like, it's so stupid. But
I just couldn't believe that he died from that.
Well, again, that last shot when the stuntman goes over the car, it looks like the car.
I mean, in other movies, somebody got hit by a bus and they weren't dead.
Yes, but there's other movies that people get hit by buses and they are dead.
But he wasn't hit by a bus. He was hit by a slow-moving taxi.
What was the sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses? Not Three from Hell. It was, God bless the children. How do I not remember the fucking movie? But there's a scene in there where someone stumbles out on the road and gets hit by an 18-wheeler, and it is like they got turned immediately into ground chuck.
Well, yeah,
it is fucking like, oh shit, they're dead as a motherfucker right there. God bless. How does it? Shout out to Rob Zombie. What's up, dog? Good movie. But no, that made me laugh my fucking ass off when he died.
Yeah, I just couldn't believe he died from that. It just didn't seem like enough.
Well, the rest of the movie is The Devil's Rejects. The rest of the movie is fucking ridiculous, so why not have an absurd death scene at the end? Which somehow he wins, even being dead, because of a little smirk. But then she gets his car. And how does she drive off in his car? Did she steal it?
Maybe.
Was she like, well, he's about to die. Let me, rifle through his fucking pockets and, keys to his car. No one will notice that because there's no fucking parents in this movie.
Right.
All right, your favorite scene. You go for it.
All right, mine is, come on. When she's going up the escalator and he's there. Like, he finds out where she is.
Ugh.
It's just, love it. I want Ryan.
We're going to talk about that too, because that's one of my comments about plot holes about shitty men. But we're going to talk about it.
Well, but then she comes up the escalator and he's there, and it's cute. I like it.
Should be playing like a song from the Breakfast Club or something.
Yeah. So that's it.
What about you? That's all you have on your favorite scene in the whole movie, of the movie that you actually like?
Well, I've got two scenes, so that's like, that's like my serious scene that I like.
Your serious scene.
Yeah. And then my funny scene is obviously the beginning. He's fucking with the therapist, and she's, banging on the door.
Oh, and then Tara Reid actually tries to act.
Yeah, bless her.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then, she's going nuts, and he's just walking off with the girl. That way it shows you, what kind of person he is. And I just thought that was funny. So my funny scene and serious scene, that's what I liked.
So what kind of person is he? He's cheesy? Poorly written? Dumb?
He's rich and cute and an asshole.
My favorite.
All right, Taylor, what about you?
And he owns a camera. He's irresistible.
Honestly, when he's fucking with Cecile. And, I want to talk about this for a second. Can we talk about why is there a platter full of cherries by this dude's bed? Don't don't understand, and it's in several scenes, like several nights. There's just a platter of like cherries. Yeah, that's bizarre.
That's what the butler brings in every night for him.
And then I just like how she's wanting to fuck more, and he literally like throws her off the bed, and then she's still so fucking dumb, like she's not upset by it.
Yeah, Selma Blair in this
Well,
movie.
she's stupid the whole movie.
All the women in this movie are.
Well, yeah, don't get me wrong. At no point in time is she smart.
Yeah.
Except for Sarah Michelle Gellar, but also at the same time, though, she's. I guess you could say she's stupid. Also, I think everybody in this movie is a fucking idiot.
So
whatever.
Talking about casting, do we want to change anybody out here?
I've got shit for days on this.
I had forgotten that Joshua Jackson was in this movie. And then I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, who's he played? Like Duncan. He's like, I just got caught. I'm going to nail file myself. I'm going to I'll start doing my nails in bed. Yeah, what are they doing? They still have their shorts on. Like, come on. There's your scene for all the guy dick that you wanted. Yeah.
So that was all right. What do you have? I guess.
Well, okay, we can do a couple different things here. So, Sarah Michelle Gellar. All right. So originally, the first thought was Jennifer Love
She did
Hewitt. I went,
Heartbreakers.
nope, we'll cross her off.
That's who I was thinking.
She
Too.
could.
That's too easy.
Yeah. And then I liked, even though she's a touch older, I think she could have done it. Winona Ryder could have done it. Cross her off. So now what it is that, I kind of want to do it a little bit different as we go through recast. I'm going to ask y'all, who do y'all like as recast out of these two choices? Jamie Presley.
Oh, you love her.
Well, yeah, she had red hair in fucking like Not Another Teen Movie or something. Okay, honey. Yeah, you know.
You just love her.
What? Or Elijah Dooku. Who would have been better at it? Because I think they both could be very much a bitch, and they're both
I
very
would say the second one because she was also
in
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
There you go.
And she was like the counterpart that was such a bitch in that.
So,
To Buffy.
There you go.
So I like that.
Okay, so
yeah, the TV show.
So
and she had her own TV show.
So Jamie, Elijah Dooku is the daughter from True Lies. Okay, well, she's the daughter from True Lies.
Well, that was yeah.
And
you said Elijah.
Okay, what was I saying?
It's a totally different person.
Oh, sorry, it's alcohol.
She was
Elijah.
She was also.
You're still saying it wrong.
Whatever. Okay. ED. How about that for non-erectile dysfunction? I don't know.
In Bring It On with Reese Witherspoon, as the
she was.
No, that's not Reese Witherspoon in that.
Same person.
That's Kirsten Dunst.
Oh yeah, it is.
Kristen Dunst. Kirsten. I'll fuck everybody's name if I want to. So this came from the
It's
guy.
not Kristen. That's what.
Whatever. Who did you fuck up last week? What did you say? Damn it! I dropped my pen. Anyway, okay, so we got.
He dropped his pen directly into the metal dog bowl.
But yeah, no,
Extra
I would say Eliza Dushku would be the one I would have rather seen.
All right, so then for Ryan Felipe, gotta have a good-looking dude about the same age. Freddie Prinze Jr. Thought of him, cross him off.
And then Freddie Prinze and Sarah Michelle Gellar are married.
Yeah,
I think they still are.
I think they are also. And then, because even though he'd already done Titanic, he was still never Leonardo DiCaprio, but he had never done this movie. He had read the script and burned it. And so now we are
is Daniel
two
is
different
Daniel
here.
Craig
so what do y'all like? Jared Leto.
At that time, really?
Probably. I don't. Yeah. Well, I mean, at that time, I would have been of the correct age to play. So, and I'm 78. Daniel Craig is in his 50s, so he'd have been too old. Jared Leto.
I hate Jared Leto. He
Jared
should
Leto
just
or
sing
Or
and only
Peter.
do that.
Oh yeah.
Jared Leto or Peter Fawcett. The
Peter, the guy from
Twilights.
yeah, but also in that other movie we
Can't
watched.
Hardly Wait.
Yeah, the jock from Can't Hardly Wait.
Oh, the Carlisle?
Well, here, how do you fucking say his name correctly? Peter
Yeah,
Carlisle?
Peter Fincinelli. Is that how you say it?
Fincinelli? We're not. What?
Yeah, Carlisle. Yeah, I would say Jared Leto.
I think so. Also, he's prettier, but the Peter guy's, he was a little, he looked good at the time. He looks good now. Nothing. Hey, what's up, Peter? Anyway,
I just for the character and everything, I think Jared
Leto
would
be
play it
better.
better.
I don't
What do you
like
think?
Jared Leto as an actor. I really love his band and music. Yeah, that's
Take
true.
us to Mars, not
but
just
I
a
do
bands,
think Jared
but
Leto would probably played that role better.
all right. So now we're on to Reese Witherspoon,
Mm-hmm.
and I only have two. I got Alicia Silverstone,
Silverstone.
and I got Claire Danes.
Mm.
Silverstone. Easy.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't really like Claire Danes, to be honest.
Really? Okay. Silverstone, I can handle it. And then Selma. And I'm actually going to use the same actress twice in the next movie, but this is one. So Selma, I think, just barely, I think she can do it. It could either be Drew Barrymore or Anna Faris.
I think probably Anna Faris because she can play dumb pretty well.
I think it's kind of an insult to Anna
Have
Faris.
you ever
I don't
played
think so.
other
That means
than
she's a great actress. She can play dumb.
Isn't she also the one that
I don't know, let's call
stuck a
Chris
dildo
Pratt.
up of what's his dude's ass? And get it. Yeah, and get him to the Greek.
What?
She's the crazy groupie.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I thought you
I
meant in real
forgot about
life.
that movie.
I thought you meant in real life, real quick.
And I was like, Chris Pratt? No way.
I was like, no, but if you ever want to mind fuck somebody, you have to watch Get 'Em to the Great so you
Oh,
can learn
yeah.
how to do it. Because I'm on.
Any movie she's in, it's a spoof movie. Like it's not real. Anything, she was just barely in Get 'Em to the Greek, and that's about as much exposure as you can have to where she. Like I can't think of her as a real person. Every character she plays is totally unreal.
I think Drew Barrymore is.
I don't like Drew Barrymore either for it.
Really?
No.
She's got that kind of charm to her. Okay, so then we'll scratch the Selma Blair. So Selma Blair, you live to actress another
I
day.
also think we're missing. Who's the other girl from Charmed? The one that played in Jawbreaker.
Oh, yeah.
Rose McCallum.
Not Rose McCowan. Yeah. She was on the list, and then I took her off the list.
Why?
Huh? Well, is I like the other two? I thought the other two could, because Selma Blair is just a goofy character, and both of those two, Anna Faris and Drew Barrymore, can be goofy,
Okay.
like that you need. So
I would also
Rose
throw
is,
back
all right.
Dory. Again from Charmed.
Yeah, but I mean, her persona of actually being such a raging cunt in real life, she could replace Sarah Michelle Gellar, but I have a disdain
Well, if we're
for
going
her.
back to Jawbreaker, you could do the blonde from that because she was kind of dumb.
Yeah. Look, I went through a lot of. There's a lot of notes here on that, but
fun
those
fact,
are the ones I kind of
didn't know this. Shannon
went with,
Doherty
but-
is actually from Memphis. It makes
Oh, that's why she's so bitchy. I get it now. We get it, girl.
her and Morgan Freeman,
like Jackson.
born in Memphis.
All
Look it
right,
up.
so let's jump on to director just for a minute here. Roger Kumble, who is also famous for things like
Yeah.
Just Friends, that shitty Ryan Reynolds movie.
What? Come
He
on.
right
Come on now.
Did he just need the money?
Maybe.
He just wasn't famous, as famous then. Then he did the proposal, and it was, well, he did one, with someone with an actual. Amy Smart was in Just Friends, and she is delicious.
I can watch that movie right now. I laugh every time.
Oh, well, Chubby Ron Reynolds singing the
Yeah.
and I swear,
Uh-huh.
one. Yeah, that's so funny at the end. But no, Amy Smart, and then how
I see
American Pie guy.
in your eyes.
No, okay. Who's Nova as in Casanova from American Pie? He's in that movie also, and he plays the kind of the stoner dude with long hair, but then it turns out he's like, I'm gonna fuck her too. He ends up being a crazy person.
I do like this director. He does a couple of shows that I like. He does Pretty Little Liars, but he does quite Suits. Yeah, he's done 12 episodes of Suits, and that makes me do like him. And quite a few other shows he's done, one stint on.
Yeah, he's done quite a few other shows. All right, I saw him. Nothing against him. I didn't think the movie was directed poorly. I think that with this movie, if there was more to it, like an extra 20 minutes worth of kind of plot development, or like, a little bit of parenting in there. It's like, they're shitty parents. I can understand now why there's
up the fucking black guy and the white girl.
Exactly, Bunny. And she comes off as extremely racist, but yeah. That's why this movie doesn't work for me. But I mean, I like the idea of evil, vindictive people, but the fact that they're in high school, it's just like no one's brains developed into a world-class fucking mad scientist.
But going on that, if we did see how fucked up the parents were
towards
them, you'd be like, oh, okay.
We'll see. Yeah, exactly. Like, it'd be like,
you can see that.
Oh, okay. That's why they're so vindictive. It's because they've grown up around it. But there's none of that. It's just like they're fucking geniuses at 17, or they're really 24 years old, but in the movie they're 17. So 17-year-olds are fucking stupid.
I do want to segue into comments on plot holes, and I think this is going to take us a little while because I have lots to say. We've talked about a couple things, right? I want to know about this cherry bowl that's fucking weird. Where the fuck are all the parents? Any parents? Like the neighbor down the street coming over to just check on them. Very sexually charged movie. Catherine is crazy as fuck. I think my favorite quote, by the way, and I am skipping ahead, is when they open the drawer and the black guy's in the drawer of the bed, and he's like, "There's some fucked up shit in this house." I think that's my favorite. I want to talk about how when he goes over to her house, no one heard her scream, "Don't fucking touch me, Sebastian!" Scream it. It wasn't even like a loud voice. She screamed it. And nobody came running to beat up the guy in the house. Stepsister needs to be taught a fucking lesson. For sure. Sexual or not, who knows? And then I just want to be passionate here for a second. Are women really this fucking dumb to pick shitty fucking men? Because she got this warning from her friend, so to say, and she still went through with it all. And
she got the warning from Bunny. From Bunny.
Yeah.
The mom. The only parent in the movie is she's like, "Oh, Sebastian's a terrible person," and then
you have a football player guy going like, "I've known him for a long time. He's a good guy."
Yeah, and it's just his rouge the whole time is just so lame.
But you know what, Carter?
It's just.
It's kind of hard because I've been friends with women most of my life. Like a lot of my best friends have always been women. I do know women. I don't know women, but I do know them. No,
I wasn't implying that. I'm just saying,
maybe
like,
this
so,
is more
but
towards
you've met.
why do women always choose these shitty fucking men to deal with? I've dealt with so many fallout. Like, why the fuck is it always these shitty? Like, you can't save them. Like this guy, saved or whatever. Then he fucking gets hit by a taxi, which it's all bullshit.
Hilarious.
We talk about how shitty Reese Witherspoon is too. What about Trevor? Her boyfriend that's gone on whatever Peace Corps mission trip or whatever. He's just fucking chopped meat now. So Cruel Intentions. I know there's a trio. So Cruel Intentions too. Is that when Trevor comes back and she really falls in love with him and has?
What happens is that he's just so good looking. She saw his ass and then his dick, and he's like, "Could you turn around?" I mean, like the pose, like, you like this? Could you turn around? Her undercarriage was moist undercarriage, and a lot of women get, if they don't get that out or get that dried up, they start to rust, and that's what period.
Crazy fuck. What's her name? The Cecile.
Well, you asked her a question and you never let her answer about why women.
Cecile being fucking retarded.
Jesus Christ.
So she goes over to Sebastian's house. She's in his bedroom and promises him a kiss, and all of a sudden he just wants to make out with her pussy, and she's totally okay with it. No matter what she's saying, she's totally okay with it. Everything there, that's consensual at that point, because he comes in for a kiss and then he says, "No, I want to kiss you down there." She could have said no. She could have said, "What?" And a promise is a promise, Cecile.
Well, then he'd have told her mom.
Come the fuck on.
Well, that she does. She won't get approval from her mother. And she's drunk. So he kind of drugged her. This doesn't really taste like tea. It's from Long Island.
All right, Casey.
Okay.
Do you want to?
This movie doesn't make
about why shitty guys?
I will say that we do when we are in high school. Yes. You want, like, the bad boy. You want the guy that treats you like shit. Because then you go up the nice guy and you're like, this is it.
Because they secretly won't but don't want their way.
Yeah.
They want what they want at the end, but they don't want someone to be like, yeah, okay, that sounds good. We'll just do that. They want someone to fight with them because they're insane.
No, I'm not saying fight. I'm just saying sometimes
No.
you don't like
No. They did fight. They want to hear. They don't want to hear it, but yet they do want to hear the word no.
You grow out of it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Really?
You're not mean to me.
I didn't say it was mean to you, but you don't run my life. Like,
it's funny that you say this. So that just this last week, I was talking to some coworkers because we talk about everything, and we were talking about marriages and everything like that, and it was just kind of talking about someone, and it's like, it's like it's fun. It's fun for a minute if you have a guy that you can walk all over, does whatever the fuck you want. That's fun for like a week, and then you're like, all right, like you kind of. Well, I know my personality. I need someone who's like, you're a little off the rails. Like, let's sketch it back a moment. But walking all over someone gets really fucking old really quick. So there's that.
That's why I haven't been divorced ever.
And the person we were talking about is currently getting divorced. It's like, there's
tell a quick story about an experience with specifically you. Who fucking cares?
Does anyone want to hear this?
Still in, and I went to the bathroom in the middle of it. I went to
with you. Say it. Well, maybe I kind of want to say it. I don't know.
I want to hear it, Taylor.
Ironically, I remember we were actually in your old car, and we were driving over to, and I forget the dude's house, but the original where we were going to try to do these podcast things. Scott. Yeah, so we were gonna do Falcor Productions
Oh, yeah.
and all that stuff. So we were driving in the car, and it was not long after our friend Angie left or something, and we were telling a story or something. Casey's sitting in the back seat and starts to cry, and Carter, like, without even looking, without turning back there, starts saying stuff and like reaches his hand back and like pats her on the knee and all this. And she stops crying in like fucking 25 seconds, and it was like it was like, man, that's how I knew you guys were made to be, because he just knew the switch to flip to turn that shit right off.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate that. Because I do. I mean, well,
you get to know somebody too, and you're like, all right, I know what I need to say to.
We're getting into like
Yeah. We're a little deep, but it's a story.
It's fine. But, I mean, look, you just gotta pay. In anything, is you just gotta pay attention. So what you were asking about is that, look, you gotta figure out what you want in the end game, and then how to get it. I mean, and I know that's the super simplistic version of that right there, but you just gotta pay attention. And again, you don't have to know. Like in Mel Gibson and Helen Hunt, what women want, so you could read their thoughts. But at the same time, though, I mean, you also got to know what women want is you to have a backbone. But again, the best thing I can ever tell any guy out there advice is that if you let or do something with a woman one time, and not just like this week right here, like. Casey picked the movies this week, and someone was like, "Well, that goes against what you're." Here's the deal: when you first start going out, if you go antiquing on Saturday because she wants to, or go pick fucking blueberries or
like
whatever,
apples or
just whatever. If you want to do some goofy shit on Saturday that she wants to do, and you're doing it just so you're just like, "Oh, maybe she'll fuck me at the end of this." Guess what? Now every Saturday. You're stuck doing antiquing. So if you loathe the idea of going to estate sales and you do it one time, well, guess what? Now what happens is that when you finally go, all right, I've fucked you enough times that I don't want to do your dumb thing anymore. Well, now guess what? She really thought that you really enjoyed doing that, and she was like, "This is a cool thing we have together," and now. She's mad, and I just worked at a restaurant for so long.
Just so everyone knows, I don't do dumb shit like that.
I know that.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
We're not getting into examples of our relationship. I'm just saying, you do that shit once or twice, she expects you to do it, and then her feelings are going to be hurt, because now you're like, when you finally go, I fucking hate doing that. And then she's like, really? You've been lying to me this whole time? But, okay. Anyway, back to the movie. This movie is fucking stupid because Sarah Michelle Gellar is supposed to be the queen of the school, and I just looked at Jesus, but the girl's like, she just makes out with her in the park. It's cool. Girls kiss each other all the time to do whatever, and then you know what? What you should do is you should fuck my brother and blow him some more, so when you do get with the guy that you like, you're better at it, and no one questions this.
Well, we've already decided that Selma Blair is like the dumbest.
I understand that, but everybody in this fucking movie is dumb.
She's really good.
The Sarah Michelle Gellar double cross for no reason. His fucking journal. I mean, you knew it was going to be something so special, but just he. Okay, so the journal comes out, and then people start getting up and leaving his funeral, even though his sister's speaking. But it's like, well, does everyone hate him? Like, it doesn't, like, or is it just because she's speaking and everyone has to, everyone's leaving his funeral. Everyone didn't, maybe thought, I don't know. It's just, it's a fucking stupid ass movie. And then the journal, everything he wrote in the journal, no one went, fucking Ryan Felipe was a fucking asshole. Guess what? Sarah Michelle Gellar and him,
no, I'm not talking at the same time.
It takes two to tango. He was half of the bet. And everyone's like, I guess just because he's dead, he was a swell guy. But
nobody said that.
Yeah, but they all kind of looked at it like that.
They were just going, she's the only one alive. So they're going against her.
All right, anyway, fucking.
That's all.
Okay, she steals his car at the end. This movie's fucking stupid, and I'm out. Deuces. Y'all wrap it up.
The only thing, well, I mean, obviously all that stuff too, but I don't know if y'all noticed this towards the end. They were in Sarah Michelle Gellar's room, and like when you first walk in, there is this giant picture frame of herself in her room. Who the fuck does that? Here's a picture of myself in a frame. Just me.
Glamorous.
Like, oh, okay, girl. And then we talked about this earlier. I can't believe like he died just from that little bump from the taxi.
I was glad.
Like it seemed like he should have lived from that. So.
I think it's complications of STDs. Personally, I just didn't want to say that.
Well, fair enough.
The other movie, and
that could be it.
You guys probably talked about this, but the other movie we're doing, Mean Girls, someone gets hit by a bus in an eerily similar way.
Yeah,
That's funny.
Yeah, but I was like, so
Not
he barely got tapped with the taxi, but this other girl was totally fine after getting hit with the bus.
Watch
So,
this
yeah,
movie once. You don't have to watch it again. All right. Play the music.
Everybody's been looking in the movie. How about that?
Thank you for joining us today on Plot Off Press. Check us out on the gram. Some cool pictures and stuff coming out. We might post a few from our friend's wedding where we all got together and got trash. It was a good time. Very minimal
We had
drama.
a great
I will
time.
say that. But thank you for joining us, and until next time.
Bye.